What's poppin', Slick Block? It's your boy, D.W.G Gamer. And we're back with some more The Outer Worlds. Now, last time you were playing, we completed the Few Kindred Spirits side quest, where we looked for a chick who wanted to join a marauder gang. Did, somehow, killed her entire gang, and then told her to go home because this ain't a place for kids. And she did. So, honestly, I feel like she could do it. I feel like she could have probably became the Marauder Queen if we didn't slaughter all of her, which were probably either going to be underlings or suppressors. And today, perfect, yeah, this whole part. We're going to be doing the Cons Now the Power fucking quest.
Oh gosh, it's so pretty.
Is that you?
Yeah, huh?
But never your mother.
That's on account of how I never met her.
Means she's dead?
I don't rightly know. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
Is that normal?
Well, I don't know about normal. Dad said she worked under some kind of special contract. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
I would ask
You
you
mean about the mission being too clean?
Isn't it's supposed to be clean? It's a church.
I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicker sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass.
Now, I want to ask. I want to say both of these two right here. Then why'd you want to talk to him, though, is what's curious to me.
The Vicar's about the only soul in the Vale who spends his time thinking on what is and ain't right. It's just that when he looks at me, I feel I'd disappoint him. Where are we headed?
Did I just... Yes, I almost just stole from this lady. There's nothing in here. What are you looking at, lady?
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
Yeah, You must be... whatever that is.
Have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me,
Adelaide.
Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. you're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Is this your greenhouse?
No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice.
You grew tripe? Eh.
The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer.
Let me home for yourself out here.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
Why'd you leave your own home?
It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
Reed's sitting to make peace with you.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
I wasn't really listening. That's about it. Wasn't really listening. No, I listened. I'm just trying to figure out which one. The living off power that belongs to the town, come back to the country, the cannery. He said he's willing to make amends.
Make amends? Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Reed asked me to divert your power over to him, he mentioned. Like, this is serious. I'm about to cut off your power.
He would do such a thing. Question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Your camp has a power regulator. I need to repair my ship.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
What you got against the town?
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps.
Yes.
Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scrap Spacer's choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
Oh, much like you throwing that in her face to get me on your side. What about you? What do you have against people trying to make a living? Yeah, I don't really like that, to be real with you. Personal feelings aside, fuck it.
I'm all right. I ain't so fragile.
That was unkind of me. I'm sorry, dear.
Okay. So what do you have against people trying to make a living?
It's not much of a living. Every single person in that town has sold themselves to Spacer's Choice. The company owns them. Body, blood, and bones. You've been there. You've seen.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
All anyone ever does is toil over a cannery. They give their lives for some heartless corporation, and then they're tossed into a Spacer's Choice brand cemetery.
I guess you have a point. Let's say I help you. What happens to Edgewater?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
So what happens when... Alright. What was the name? Spacer's Choice? Alright. So what happens when Spacer's Choice sends fleets to the planet to subjugate you? To turn your settlement into another Spacer Choice's settlement? Hell, even if they don't have to come from off planet, what if Spacer Choice has feelings all over the planet? And they just send forces to forcefully, you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't got enough guns to put up a military might to dissuade Spacer's Choice. Like, even if their weapons are shit, they still got plenty of shit weapons. Compared to what, your 3, 4, maybe 6 good weapons? They got a whole lot of shit weapons, a whole lot of good ammo.
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
I'll consider it.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
There's a lot of people who are happy with the way things are. Right? But if we look at it from a certain degree, the priest left. He's now with us. Alright, their head mechanic is also with us. Okay, what do you think?
Something you need?
Can't ask you your opinion. Is that a chicken? No, it's a rooster. No, wait. No, that's a chicken.
Heads down.
Yep. Oh man, she's not thinking this through. Yeah, there's a lot of lazy ass fucks in Spacer's Choice, right? But they still got their military power. And a military power that could easily roll through here and forcibly seize and take over this joint.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Easily.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Is this Thomas? Or is this Thomas?
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Is this Thomas?
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Is this nigga in here, Thomas? Where is this Thomas nigga? And why am I allowed in here? Like, literally, none of y'all shit is locked. Y'all really got a good security measure. I only saw one person with a gun. Only one. I. Oh. A mine. Of course it's a mine. Okay. I had that coming. Gotta pay more attention. How much is clean water? Probably not. It looks clean. But going based on how it looks, it's just not a good idea. So yeah, it is this place right here. I knew it. I might end up making Spacer's Choice my enemy. Yep, I can really see it happening. Agreeable. We're friendly with Spacer's Choice. We're agreeable. Illusion workers who left the town of Edgewater. I feel like I should be putting this off, man. You know what? You know what? Let's let's go back here real quick. Alright. I'm curious about that old man's shit. I feel like if I change power, alright, that might just end his quest line. And I'm very curious in it. So we're going to do that now. These machines. See what's going on with them. Or if he even is talking about anything. You know what I'm saying?
Been eating nothing but salt.
This is where the magic happens. Well,
I made a mistake. Yep, made a mistake. I guess that's the grub that evolves into a slug or a caterpillar that then evolves into the queen. The manta queen. So it's a swarm. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, I try to understand, you know, how it goes from the eggs to that to then a giant caterpillar. So I want to make it plasma. Then I'm gonna go to my shotgun and try to upgrade that. I don't know where I got these mods from, but I like them. Another thing I'm thinking, right, is if I divert the power from the town, I might get my companion to come with me. Right? I might get her as a permanent companion, kind of like I did the doc. The Vic or Visk.
Almost lost a finger in it.
This is where the magic happens.
DPM. RPM magazine size, yeah. Make it all plasma. Why not? You know how much I love plasma weapons. Will it still be electric? Probably not. Okay, well that's enough.
Well,
Whoa, hold it.
Science. But it still happens here.
Anyway. And then there's just the amount of guards walking around in the town itself. All those guards there with weapons. We have 10 of them. Go. To the deserters' town?
Everyone all right? Nice one!
So we learned something. Oh. Enemies do respawn. So raiders and all that shit will respawn over time. They're not permanently dead. The roads aren't permanently safe. And that's whatever. And I'll be putting old boy there out of his job too.
When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month. I love the wind here.
Word. Word.
Colony ain't gonna liberate itself. The Resistance needs every gun hand. Go on. I'm Ludwig Miller, Associate Security Officer for Transportation. Officially? Unofficially? Strictly between you and me. I am the only thing standing between Edgewater and total annihilation. Go on. You ever seen the way a mechanical just stands there? Just looking at you, scanning you with its murderous oculars.
I'm pretty sure that's what they were programmed to do.
Mechanicals have been programmed to eliminate the human race. They've been programmed to replace us. First, they will rob us of our jobs. And once they have taken away our livelihoods, they will take away our very lives.
Okay.
I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saltuna cans, mostly. Some Spacer's chaw. Few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid. Enlistment fees. Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the Resistance a bad name.
What do you need done?
They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back. Mechanical's got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing.
Alright. I'll let you know. Whew. Die, robot. That's what we named the episode. Die, robot. We'll keep pushing off the story mission till I have nothing else to do. Die, robot. Robot scum. Okay. And we're off. Am I running faster? Let me just check. I already forgot what the perks I got. Yeah, I already got 20% faster sprint speed.
Searching for repair bay. Error. Navigation systems failed. Unable to comply.
I could probably fix that. I mean, if you wanted me to.
Hang on a second. Can do it myself. Go ahead.
Yep, I see the problem. His nav mod got dislodged. Must have taken a tumble. Just gotta give it a good push and wait for the click. There we go. Jeremy's good as new. Well, new by Spacer's Choice standards anyhow. His name's Jeremy, by the by.
Navigation systems operational. Optimal path toward repair bay detected. Initiating self-diagnostics.
Alright, don't you owe me something for the repairs?
On account of I fixed him. And he's Jeremy on account of his helmet. It's like Jeremy, the officer in True Romantic Tales of the Space Guard.
Huh, is that an 808 cereal or something?
Surely. I make a point to watch every Tuesday night. Be more careful out there, Jeremy.
Self-diagnostics initiated. Please do not disturb.
Okay, we took care of it. By fixing it. I think that's gonna be a failed mission. So I was supposed to break it. I gotta get my mechanics up. Yep.
Bring us honor, soldier. You beat that scout to scrap with its own legs? Pulled its optic cables out its head case? Actually, don't tell me. Rather use my imagination. You're a passing fair soldier, I will confess. But you are one, and the enemy is legion. What you need is an equalizer, a weapon to strike fear in their cold, mechanical hearts. Cantina, lavatory, behind one of the toilets. That's where I've kept it hidden all these years.
Here's your secret weapon in the lavatory. The laboratory. In the bathroom?
The lavatory is the very last place a mechanical has need to enter.
Yeah,
On the
this
double,
part's
soldier. Don't want the bartender poking around in there with a mop.
He is completely crazy. But I will get an interesting weapon out of it. Be careful not to hit any buttons in there. Help the chairman and Mr. Clark defeat our foes. Is that a hammer or a shovel? Might be a hammer. I guess those supposed to be marauders. And the other, what do you call it?
You think corporate's ever gonna visit?
No.
If you're falling sick, I don't want you near me.
You're not a big drinker, are you?
You read the latest report?
Only the part that said we ain't making our quotas.
If only McDevitt's folk hadn't abandoned us. Cannery could use those extra hands.
Nothing we can do about that.
Sure there is. D.W.G.
You suggest leaving the plant? Let's save.
I don't know you.
D.W.G store.
Amelia Kim, Spacer's Choice Beverage Dispenser. I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal, hard-working company folk here.
Mm.
Am I that easy to read? Yeah, we've been having some problems lately. Loyalty issues, lines in the sand. I know where folk in Edgewater stand. But you, I don't know you. If you're gonna have a drink, I'd like to ask that you do it within the premises. Can't have you taking drinks over to those deserters. Traitors. The lot of them. Bunch of folks decided they were tired of working and went out into the wilds to fend for their own selves. Town's already struggling to make quotas, even without that band of slackwits abandoning their posts. Bunch of lazy, shiftless rung leeches. Anyway, enough about them. What can I do for you?
I just feel like chatting. Yeah, what do you got?
Coming right up.
Alright, that's all I wanted.
Yeah, huh? In the bar? When I asked if you were a drinker?
You sounded worried.
Sorry. I know, it's none of my business.
I like to drink every now and again. I'm guessing you're not a drinker.
Strong drink makes me sick. And it makes me real sad. I start thinking about things I oughtn't, and then... Well, never mind that. You got better things to think on. Sorry.
Don't apologize. You want to talk about it, I'm happy to listen.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said anything.
Okay. No, I'm not a drinker. I mean, I am, but what I prefer are the finer things, such as injectables, steroids, things like that. Ooh, take off. These people, you know, need to better kill people. And of course, cigarettes. To sell. A lot of things I look for is to sell back to other people. You can call me a bit of a peddler. Never been more proud of my designation. I'm also a cook. If you didn't know, alcohol is used for a lot of good bases. And sautés. Not you. This way. Run. Dun, 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 dun. So I realized I'd never probably explained why I felt like it had better punchlines than Joker in the rap battle. And that's very simple.
Bring us honor, soldier. Feast your eyes, soldier. This here is a genuine Spacer's Choice injury customizing unit, designed to deliver a lethal blast of electrical discharge. I call it the Hand of the Law. You ever want to see a mechanical flailing around like a grounded fish? You stick a couple thousand volts in its guts. With compliments from old D.W.G.
Sounds like fun.
There's a workbench right through this door. Attach that unit to your favorite weapon and go forth into glorious battle. Time's come for you to journey down into the black heart of the enemy's camp. I'm talking about the old geothermal plant. Unfortunately, the old plant lies outside my board-given jurisdiction. You'll need to get a passcode from the boss, Reed Thompson.
I got it.
I've been after a passcode for years. Boss said no on account of my gross incompetence with all matters related to security. I need you to get us the brain of a mechanical. Well, not exactly a brain. Anatomically speaking, what we're looking for is a logic module.
Seems simple enough.
There's the rub. If a mechanical breaks down, the logic module fries. So you can't rip one out of its corpse. You're gonna have to find an intact model somehow.
I don't reckon so. I work with gears and pistons and such. Stuff you can put hands to. Computers and mechanical brains are outside my ken.
You know, she names the mechanicals she fixes. Calls them Bess and Clancy and so on. You keep a careful eye on her. Could be a sympathizer.
Seems simple enough. What are you planning?
Don't tell anyone, all right? I've got a contact. A real expert in the inner workings of the automaton. We are gonna rip those mechanical secrets right out of their circuits.
Word. You don't have a contact.
Well, excuse me. What I meant was I'm going to get a contact. Didn't know I had to be all prissy about my grammar around you.
Okay. Simple enough.
If you die horribly, I will pour out a can of D.W.G to your memory.
I'll let you leave, man. So, computers. I'm pretty good at that. Okay. You know what just occurred to me? I can't do the helmet? Okay. Oh well. Guess we leave. Can't take it. I want to take it. This die robot is very big, very big. Good news is I don't have to go back inside the building. So, you can go on over here. Run for 300 meters. You don't get tired. Good job, you got the cheetah DNA, you know what I'm saying?
I used to skip rocks in the river until Constable Reyes ticketed me for unlicensed terraforming. She didn't know how to skip rocks or anything.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Yeah. The more I hear about this place, the more I think it's a good idea just to tear it apart. Completely tear it apart. You got dropped? This is cool. People get dropped all the time. See? All the time. You need a healer?
Something you need?
No. Now where'd that big bastard's corpse go? Did he roll down? Did he roll down? That don't make sense. Where did I kill him at? Nope. Where did his corpse go? I know he didn't turn to ash, did he? Guy dissolved his corpse. That's one of them. Well, where's the brute? She was over here with hers. I wish I had a light. Oh, God, why do I always lose the bodies? Why? Why do I always lose the bodies? It's not fair. It's not fair. Alright. seems like I will have to destroy robots. Like, I will have to do it.
I've always wanted to poke around in here.
That's great, because we're going to get to today. It's going to be grand. Now comes the power. Okay, so we're waiting here, guys. If y'all enjoyed the episode, leave a like and comment. Tell me about the episode you enjoyed. This is D.W.G Gamer with Slick Block Mafia. And subscribe to join Slick Block. Deuces SBM, D.W.G. Is out. Peace.